Good morning, everybody. Firstly, contrary to the programme, Jax Harper is very sad not to be here with you today. She's feeling quite poorly. But as such, it's indeed my honour to be called upon from the bench to come to you today, and thanks to InterSystems for the warm welcome. So my name is Paul McKeown, and I'm Head of Digital Innovation here at Nuffield Health. My background is building and exiting digital health startups, but please know that I'm neither technical nor clinical by trade, so that's going to be interesting for questions later, so please be kind. However, having started at Nuffield Health during the birth of our new digital and now overarching technology function, it's a joy to be a member of a brilliant forward-thinking strategy team, as well as one of the first members of our team to have sight of new innovations as they come knocking on our door and then pushing worthy ideas through to test and learn. But today, it's my pleasure to talk about Nuffield's digital transformation over the last 18 months or so, and this will include what value we're looking to deliver for our beneficiaries and our professionals, our migration to electronic patient records, and how InterSystems has played and will continue to play an integral role in our success. And to finish, we'll have a brief look into our new and recent department reorganisation and what benefits we're looking to derive from the restructure in what we believe is a truly people-first approach to leadership and transformation. But before I dive into the transformation itself, it's worth spending some time acknowledging the breadth of services that Nuffield Health provides, and thus paint a picture of the task ahead of the technology team to deliver seamless, connected healthcare services. Nuffield is the UK's largest healthcare charity with our mission to build a healthier nation. From a high level, we strive to achieve this mission through our four major verticals, which are our hospitals, our fitness sites, and our physiotherapy and mental health services. Depending on the relationship you have with us, we can deliver the support in a variety of ways. And these can be at home via our virtual or telehealth services, at work via our on-site corporate locations, or in the community, with the majority of our commercial facilities hosting multiple service lines. So what does the UK community look like for us on the ground right now? Currently, we have 150 workplace wellbeing sites located within the places of work of our corporate partners. We have 114 consumer gym sites, known as our fitness and wellbeing centres, 37 hospitals and 5 medical centres. This physical footprint is extremely important to us to help deliver connected health journeys locally, making sure that in your area we can support everything across training, prevention, prehab, treatment and rehabilitation. In terms of our hospitals, we're extremely proud of the incredible work that our people do on the ground, with all of our hospitals achieving a good or outstanding rating from the Care Quality Commission. Amongst these include our recently acquired sites from the Aspen Group and also opening St Bartholomew's Hospital near Barbican, which has now significantly improved our footprint within London. Across these hospitals, we have a network of thousands of consultants and employ over 1,500 nurses. In terms of our consumer gyms, as mentioned previously, not only do we have the expertise to manage your well-being through fitness, but as a market differentiator, the majority of these sites also house GP, physio, or mental health services, meaning we can help support our beneficiaries across a multitude of well-being needs within a single location, surrounded by a known, trusted, and integrated support team. In terms of our corporate sites, we support over 50% of the FTSE 100 companies, as well as hundreds more across the nation. We've done this either by managing physical sites, either in clinics or physical spaces, or via virtual or remote services. And finally, and most importantly, everyone at Nuffield is extremely proud to be working as part of a charity, and we deliver our charitable purpose via our flagship programs. These generate positive health outcomes by offering free clinical services and access to our facilities for those in need. Last year, I'm very happy to report that we smashed our targets and helped deliver £17 million worth of social return on investment, touching 4,000 beneficiaries. This work is led by our charity team, who are nothing short of inspirational, and it's so nice that last year, our COVID-19 rehabilitation programme, created in partnership with the NHS, received an award by the UK Active for our community impact and leadership during the crisis, as well as we continue to do so today. So that's a little bit about what we do. It's quite broad. So Like other healthcare organisations, we'd admit that the charity was not the most technically advanced compared to other industries pre-lockdown. However, today, Nuffield is truly set on a human-first, digitally enabled future and is investing heavily into this goal. Also, another challenge, unlike other private healthcare providers, Nuffield is not only looking to create incredible digital experiences across just one journey, such as that someone coming in for elective surgery, but also looking to seamlessly connect all of our services to create unique Nuffield experiences. This might include someone coming into one of our gyms to physically prepare for surgery, go into hospital for the surgery, rehab at one of our physio clinics, receive mental health support throughout what might be a challenging time, and then back to the gym floor to recover to full fitness with our specially trained personal trainers. In this way, we not only aim to improve the health outcomes and the member experiences of those at Nuffield, but simultaneously grow our reach and revenue as a charity. So for the end user, the future might look something like this. Firstly, we really understand the importance of being visible as a charity. This means investing in social media and SEO, as we aim to be in the nation's first port of call for healthcare outside of the NHS. Our strategy is both to build central messaging teams that broadcast consistent clinical excellence, as well as teams at a local level, talking about issues of importance for our facilities that meet the different interests and needs of our populations around the UK. Using these funnels, we envisage our beneficiaries first interacting with Nuffield Health through our website, which they do today, but later via our single Nuffield Health app. Essentially, this is one app to rule them all, managing all beneficiary needs across all our products and services. Reason being is that once you've got one product from the charity, you will enter a deeply personalised ecosystem where you can be intelligently directed into others. And this journey can start with the user signing up and then actively building their wellbeing bundle through the app. And this could include a gym membership, some regular health assessments, and some personal training. And then once we know a little bit more about you, the app can personalize the experience in a number of ways. And this can be done, firstly, by looking at our previous choices of services. For example, suggesting another physio appointment after a certain amount of time has lapsed. It can be done by tracking user behavior, which we'll talk about in a second. And also, we can look into common issues to deal with biological gender and age, i.e. helping someone book a health assessment at the appropriate times of their lives. And in this example on the slide, we have Sam, that has not visited the gym for a while. So we've asked her why this might be the case. She feeds back to say that she's been suffering from an injury, and as such, takes the opportunity to recommend physiotherapy sessions to get her back to fitness. And we will also simultaneously incentivize her by highlighting her associated discounts and benefits. The technology team are also extremely aware of the power of physical and digital hybrid experiences regarding an individual's health journey. For example, using an in-app diary where we can have a fitness program that includes some gym in terms of on-site group class exercises, a clinical appointment, and some at home using our own exclusive meditation videos that they can be used at any time that fits their busy schedule. Also, a principle we live by in the digital team is that the bulk of the magic will continue to happen at our physical sites. As such, we're looking to do so in the first instance is support people on the ground by taking the repetitive admin tasks that, for example, are bookings and service management, and both automate these aspects, digitize them, help them roll out, so therefore we can make this a priority in terms of our transformation. Although we're in the early stages of standing up our new systems, we're already providing great value. Some good news, up until September 2021, there were no consultant bookings made within the app or online. But now, over the past 12 months, we've now seen over 12,000 come through the new system. This is growing day by day, and we continue to iterate, ever looking to improve our patient experiences. Another part of our design principles is that we believe that digital can act as an enabler to build communities. This is not only to include communities of beneficiaries recovering from similar operations or chronic illnesses, but also communities of beneficiaries who are connected by a shared interest in health and well-being as members of Nuffield Health. On this note, I've been told a bunch of wonderful stories by our charity team, and these include stories of people who have come onto one of our flagship programs. They've never met before, they've done the 12-week course, they've not only stayed in touch, but they've even gone on holiday together multiple times. And this is pretty cool. So with this in mind, I'm really excited to be leading a project where we can try and scale these occurrences using technology, still with the aim of connecting people in physical spaces. Now, customer experience and selling more of our services is certainly a focus, but improving health outcomes is of primary importance. Here, some of our major interests include AI diagnostics and digital triage. In the latter case, products have already been delivered in physiotherapy, and we're looking to expand across our other service lines immediately. This work is aiming to improve diagnostic accuracy, speed of interventions, cost, and help optimize the allocation of our resources. And finally, this closely coincides with the enabling of more effective capture of outcome data, which has traditionally been done by paper. Not only will this enable us more timely feedback and possibly more feedback, but also accelerate our learning as we expect to gain more feedback from underrepresented groups in this way, again, helping us meet our charity's aims. So you can see that we've got some lofty ambitions from a beneficiary experience perspective, but it's important to know that these principles are also being directed at our clinical and administrative workforce for them to enjoy similar improvements in experience, time saving, and job satisfaction. From a systems point of view, our strategy has been to move towards close strategic partnerships with best-of-breed, enterprise-level technologies that allow for integrations with more niche and necessary clinical software. The main pillars of our strategic systems include booking, CMS, payments, and patient records, the latter of which will help standardize our processes, simplify operations, and improve patient outcomes. In this regard, we're extremely happy to have InterSystems as our strategic partner, with the implementation of TrackCare as our electronic patient record. The project rolling out TrackCare internally has been catchily entitled the Nuffield Electronic Patient Record Project, thankfully abbreviated to NEPA. This project is indeed crucial to the mission as a charity, driving connectivity and evidence-based, data-driven quality to improve outcomes for our members. It is arguably the cornerstone of our digital transformation and is the linchpin to enable these types of digital experiences I've previously shown on previous slides for those going through hospital procedures. So why should we adopt an EPR in the first place? Well, there are certainly many advantages compared to paper processes, but here are some particular highlights. Firstly, there's great power in having one platform that is indeed a single source of truth regarding any patient. This will mean that the medical and surgical teams can have instant access to patient records simultaneously, either within the hospital or remotely via the cloud. This can significantly improve speed and quality of clinical decision-making. Secondly, continuing on the theme of improving quality of care, not only does the EPR help avoid mistakes associated with loss or duplication of patient notes, but also the misinterpretation of said notes, essentially avoiding the issues trying to interpret our doctor's handwriting. And similarly, with all teams being able to input new data within the same system instantly, it makes it easier to gather patient insights, as well as prompt our teams at the time to maintain clinical excellence, as well as automatically flag input errors. For example, prescription medications being incorrectly inputted or their dosage. And then finally, in an industry that demands ever-growing quality of accountability, an EPR makes reporting to the regulatory bodies that much simpler and efficient, freeing up time for patient care and improved experiences. So, having identified the advantages of having an EPR, so why have we eventually chosen TrackCare as our strategic partner? Well, after extensive market review and an RFI process, considering our strategic vision, InterSystems were the most impressive managing end-to-end processes and demonstrating flexibility to customize to our needs. They gave us confidence in their breadth of expertise in terms of enterprise, both in terms of UK market and internationally. They also continue to prove their ability to grow with us and iterate to improve our operations. The configuration process has been excellent, alongside providing us with a clear and encouraging development roadmap, which echoes our desire to continually innovate. Documentation throughout has been thorough, and as such, deployment has been successful using multiple delivery teams. But probably most importantly, InterSystems have been true to their word in treating our relationship as a true partnership. Approachable and invested in our success, they continue to reassure and impress us through each implementation. So with this confidence, this is how we've chosen to implement TrackCare. Firstly, apologies for the teeny tiny writing, but don't worry, we'll go through each point in a moment. But I hope this graphic gives you a good idea of the rigorous steps that we go through when implementing into any of our sites. Most notably, it's important to acknowledge that the move to an EPR can be a big challenge for our people on the ground. This is because these transformations are not simply moving the day-to-day of our hospitals from paper to digital, but more often than not, they require sites to move from local ways of working to centrally standardized processes. Thus, even though we had the option to migrate all of our sites at once, we wanted to make sure we gave sufficient support to our people on the ground to set them up for success. As such, we made the decision to move 3 hospitals over roughly an 8-week period at any one time, following these stages. Firstly, kickoff. A hospital change lead and data quality champions take their roles and assure the data quality of the previous systems. Second, we start to build a hospital within TrackCare, as well as start to map out the new processes needed and begin planning the associated training. The third gate then identifies the gaps in the previous process with the new process, begins the training of the people, as well as starts installing TrackCare devices on site. The fourth gate sees the sign-off of the legacy data quality, and then the full migration from old systems to TrackCare begins. Finally, in the fifth gate, we make the go-live decision, and if successful, we will then review the rollout and document any learning. I'm happy to report that all of this process is going extremely well, and we are not only set to have full migration of all our hospitals complete by 2024, but we are already gaining some great feedback. So from our own staff, there are some common themes in terms of time saving and better management of patient journeys. My personal favorite comes from the comment at the bottom from one of our matrons, saying, with functionality such as automated calculation of News 2 scores and the ward dashboard, it enables our hospital teams to prioritize patient care. Here, teams are identifying how the functionality of TrackCare can indeed improve the quality of delivery. In terms of the feedback from our consultants, again, they have focused on the operational advantages and the time saving for both them and our staff. But finally, with this quote that acknowledges the positive and iterative working relationship that we have with InterSystems right at the bottom here, huge amounts of work are being put in place to turn TrackCare into a best-in-class electronic patient management system for private healthcare. It is fascinating to watch the improvements and updates. So a big thank you to the InterSystems teams once again for helping our team through these processes. And finally, I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about our team itself and also the recent restructure that we've gone through within the technology department. So first and foremost, as I said, the charity is heavily investing in technology, and with this reorg is indeed a growth story with more people being added to the team than ever before. With the development of our development teams moving in-house for the first time in the charity's history, we have built a diverse team, forming a digital centre of excellence that also aims to meet the journey needs of a diverse UK population. Here's a picture of just a few of us. We definitely work remotely to make sure that we attract the best talent from around the UK, but it's always nice to get together and have some cake and talk strategy in the room. So here's the model that we've just implemented. It's about 2 weeks old, so it's very exciting for us. Apologies once again for the small writing, but hopefully I can talk us through it. So on the left, in the grey, working down, we have our communities of practice. So from the top, we have strategy, architecture, and innovation, where my team sits, product ownership and design, delivery and service, and engineering and support. And at the top, from left to right, we have our task units, including commerce and account management, products and services, infrastructure, and employee. Within each of these units, there are many project and service teams that are made up of cross-functional members from all of our communities of practice, as well as members from outside of technology. For us, there are some really valuable aspects we're looking to achieve with this structure. Firstly, any individual's line manager will be a senior member of their community of practice. They will then be tasked managed by either a senior member assigned to their task unit or another stakeholder from the wider charity. This means that any individual's line manager will have one-to-ones that are always consulted with their well-being and professional development in mind, and not be muddied by any deliverables or the associated stresses, meaning there's always someone senior in your corner when the time needs it. Secondly, within the communities of practice, we have created a model for professional development that is clear and attainable, i.e., within your community, you could enter the charity as, say, an associate engineer and work your way up methodically to become head of engineering. Whilst doing so, your line manager will have the same profession as you, who has experience and understanding of your chosen path and can offer tangible advice and support along the way. Thirdly, lateral professional movements are welcome within this model. Visibility of the work that each of the communities of practice is well known by every team member, since they'll be working alongside each other each day. Thus, their network can grow easily, and the knowledge of whom to approach when new opportunities arise is there from day one. And finally, with this cross-functional way of working, team members are focused on being effective rather than just trying to excel in their specialist area. Essentially, there's no point writing the best piece of code that ever existed, although that is cool, if it doesn't move the needle towards the charity's purpose. This model keeps all teams close to the end users with clear sight of the impact of their work. So overall, we're really excited for the future. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. We can't wait. Thank you again for InterSystems for having me, and I'd be open to any questions. Thank you very much.